November 2023 will go down as one of the most significant months for all of decentralized science, period. And this is because in November, we saw the launch and the mainstream narrative of DeSci finally start to take hold. And that is thanks to the ex-CEO of Binance, CZ, and the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong. But in today's video, we are going to go over the November 2023 DeSci wrap-up. Thanks to Lifespan.io. I will put a link to this in the bio. They do this every single month, and I appreciate them for that. So let's go ahead and start going through this recap. So first up, we have the upcoming conferences that everyone should be paying attention to. These are going to be phenomenal spots to go and network with individuals who have a like mind. Perfect place to network is actually in real life. If you ever go to conferences, you know this. Some of the most fruitful relationships that I have ever created came out of the March Bitcoin Miami conference that I went to this year. In literally just a few months since then, I was able to flourish some insane relationships. So if you guys are interested, definitely make sure to check them out and see if any are around you. Join the Rejuvenation Startup Summit in 2024 this spring. The proclaimed world's largest in-person longevity startup gathering is coming this spring. From May 10th to the 11th, longevity startups, founders, investors, and researchers from all over the world will join together in Berlin to discuss longevity and the future of the industry and what to be excited about. The previous summit, held in 2022, so there was none this year for some reason, which is a little bit unfortunate, attracted more than 400 participants from 30 countries, making it an interesting networking opportunity. The conference organizers have just announced the first set of expert speakers to include Michael Grieve, the founder of former Healthy Foundation, and a bunch of other speakers. You should definitely go check and book your ticket if you're interested or around Berlin. Unfortunately, I'm US based, so I don't get to just walk right over and experience one of these. It's going to be very costly. The tickets, I was looking, are like £300 to like £600 or something like that. So pretty expensive, especially considering I would have to fly to Berlin and find housing and everything. But next up, we have the Vitalia Longevity Pop-Up event. This is approaching rapidly, and this is actually one of the craziest things in all of DeSci. So last year, I believe in 2022, there was this pop-up event. It might have been earlier this year in 2023, I don't remember, but they literally built an entire city. Vitalik and many other people literally built an entire city, which is an insane thing to think about, but it's a pop-up city, so you get to go and network with other like-minded people. Same thing, all these events are going to be like that, but you can stay for months. This one is going from January 6th until March 1st, and it's in Rotana. So if you're interested, definitely head over there and see if you can get a spot. I think there is housing for sale there, or for rent. It's between $1,000 to $4,000 a month, depending on where in the little pop-up city you want to live. And they have scholarships and everything. I would love to go to this. This would be such a crazy event. You go and live there with other just science nerds for like 3 months. 2 months, it'd be crazy. Then we have the Med Summit in 2024. This is May 8th through the 9th. Longevity experts and enthusiasts from around the world will gather in sunny Lisbon, Portugal for the much-anticipated Longevity Med Summit. Participants of the conference can look forward to a comprehensive agenda packed with presentations, discussions, and networking opportunities centered around such topics as functional medicine, AI, digital technologies, and regenerative medicines. I hate that all of these things are not in the United States. Can somebody please create one in the United States? I want to go. I want to go. But nonetheless, let's move on to funding, because this has been kind of interesting. Some good development news in the world of funding for actually trying to get some of this longevity stuff hitting the ground, right? So $101 million prize pot for the longevity solutions. This is from X Prize Health Span. They just announced the launch of a truly massive prize for a longevity-focused team that discovers and proves a cost-effective therapeutic that restores muscle, cognition, and immune function by a minimum of 10 years. So they're literally trying to reverse the signs of aging, which is massive. This is something that's really starting to pick up a lot of traction, and what's cool about this prize specifically is that whoever wins it needs to prove that their treatment is effective in a year or less, which means potentially sometime in 2024, if not in 2025, we will see a treatment that reverses your biological age by 10 years, up to 10 years. That, or a minimum of 10 years. That's crazy. Hopefully somebody can win that. $101 million is nothing to laugh at. $38 million in funding secured by Vitalia, and AI-backed lab organ testing. This is pretty unique because we're seeing companies actually start to grow human organs in a lab. They've been doing this for quite some time, but $38 million into funding for it is substantial. So this company, hopefully I'm pronouncing it right, Vitalia, just announced the success of its seed funding round in raising a total of $38 million, led by Khosla Ventures. Now, if they raised $38 million, likely the valuation was close to $400 million. I guess that's something I could have looked at before I started the video, but I can't imagine they're giving up more than like 10 to 20% of their company. So that's a pretty large valuation for a company like this. The newly raised capital is set to boost the development of its predictive drug platform based on AI technology that is said to be able to provide preclinical data even faster, ensuring sustainable, accurate, and reproducible results. Important right there, reproducible. The company's platform is able to handle over 8,000 tissues simultaneously, which is more than any of its competitors. So they're actually like making really good progress in being able to print 3D human organs. So they got 3D printers that just spew out the cells and make organs, which is crazy. Finally, well, not finally, we got two more. 21 million euros for an AI-backed Alzheimer's project, an AI initiative focused on Alzheimer's detection. This was secured at $21 million for an early internet AI project designed to predict Alzheimer's disease. I feel like that sentence just repeated the same thing twice, but I'll keep it in there for shits and giggles. If you like this, if you like that I'm keeping it real and authentic with you, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notification bell, because we cover everything decentralized science here, and I welcome you to this channel. Interestingly enough, at Thanksgiving, I was talking with my girlfriend's uncle-in-law, and he is a heart surgeon. He was talking about how there's two different types of Alzheimer's. One is where the proteins are folding in on themselves. You guys are probably aware of this. And it's actually accentuated by picking your nose, which was it sparked a huge conversation at the Thanksgiving dinner table. But essentially, like when you pick your nose, you're pulling some protective coating off, and that is a direct passage, the blood vessels, to your brain. So then like contaminants are able to go from your nose into your brain. So don't pick your nose, just blow your nose. The second type is thought to be type 3 diabetes. So make sure you keep your insulin in check. It's just unregulated insulin in the brain causing damage. Pretty unique. It'll be interesting to see if they can actually get these biomarkers to tell if a person is experiencing more of these damaged proteins because they have byproduct, right? These biomarkers are essentially the byproduct of a damaged protein. It'll be interesting to see if we can actually have a solid way to tell if someone's developing Alzheimer's way before we start seeing the symptoms, right? Before they start sundowning. And then my favorite one, this is monumental, okay? I know people get a little skeeved out with the mRNA medicine stuff right now because of some event that happened in 2020 that I can't say on YouTube or else I'll get the video taken down. mRNA medicine innovator TurnBio has just announced a new advancement in the treatment of age-related skin conditions. Okay, so they're able to specifically target the skin with this treatment and reduce the wrinkles and make it more elastic. You know that the aging comes from the inelasticity of your skin. That's not the important part here, although I would love to get rid of these wrinkles I'm starting to develop here from squinting at the screen all the time. I am excited here because they supposedly have found a method to specifically target a certain type of tissue with a treatment thanks to mRNA. If this is able to actually be successful and they can actually roll this out, that means we could target almost any type of tissue. You know, chemotherapy just attacks everything and hopefully kills off the cancer cells, but it's also going to kill off a lot of your normal healthy cells. If we could do targeted mRNA treatments, then theoretically we could specifically target those tumors. So this is something I would keep an eye on. I would pay very close attention to that. Now, for what you guys are actually here for. Nobody cares about the actual science here. We're trying to make some money. DAOs and communities. So Vitalia just launched a new member portal. The DAO that never stops innovating has just dropped its latest creation online, the Vitalia member portal, designed to make interacting with the DAO easier and more user-friendly. This portal will contain an overview of a Vita DAO's members' activity within the DAO, including their Vita holdings and governance proposals. Now, the most important part about any new technology or new innovation is that it is dumbed down and easy to use for the masses. Okay? You can have the best technology in the whole world, but if nobody knows about it or knows how to use it, it doesn't matter. It really, truthfully doesn't matter. So the fact that they are working on creating a better UI, a better user interface for people trying to use Vita DAO is massive and is the only way that we will be able to propel this industry forward, which is important that they're doing this right now because, like I said in the beginning of this video, November is going to go down as one of the most impactful months for all of DeSci, and that is because CZ, who had to step down from CEO at Binance, made a tweet about it. As silly as that sounds, this is the power of marketing. Been reading about biotech, thinking about how to use crypto to accelerate research funding here. Keep building. 2.4 million views. 2.4 million eyeballs now looking at Decentralized Science, even if it's just for a moment. Stop, I'm not done building out my DeSci portfolio. Listed out some. 35 likes, 2,800 views, right? People, somebody even tagged me here. Shout out CryptoSage. Like, this is huge. This is how you get eyeballs on the sector. This and Brian Armstrong having put Research Hub into his bio is massive for the adoption. So we need to see companies and DAOs start to really take the user more serious. We got the back end is starting to have a solid structure. The DAOs function. We've proven that they can work. Vita DAO's funded like 30 different research studies. Awesome. Now let's make it ready for the masses to finally come here. Your time's your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing into. I have a feeling it was, and I will see you guys in the next video.